Hey there and welcome. Have you ever wondered how we can actually predict the perfect arc of a basketball shot, or how engineers design the twists and turns of a roller coaster? Well, it's not magic. It's actually a kind of mathematical language. So today, let's decode the blueprint behind pretty much every curve you can think of.
So, how in the world does something as abstract as math create something you can actually see, like a shape? How do a bunch of numbers on a page transform into a smooth, flowing curve on a computer screen? Well, it turns out math has this sort of recipe book. And just like a recipe for baking a cake, these math recipes have specific ingredients and instructions. And if you follow them just right, you get a very specific outcome. We're about to learn one of the most important recipes in that whole book. All right, so what is this amazing recipe called? The tool we're going to get to know today is the polynomial. Seriously, think of it like your new favorite multi-tool for building and understanding all kinds of curves.
Whoa, okay, I know what you're thinking. That definition sounds a little intense, right? All these words like variables, coefficients, non-negative integer exponents. Don't worry about it. We're going to break this down using our recipe idea, and I promise it's going to make perfect sense.
Let's just translate that complicated sounding definition. The variable, usually x, that's our main ingredient, like flour. The coefficients, that's just how much of the ingredient to use, like 2 cups of flour. The exponents are the cooking instructions, square it, cube it. And the plus and minus signs, they just tell us how to mix it all up. Okay, theory's great, but let's make this real. Here it is, the star of our show, a nice, simple polynomial recipe. We've got our ingredient x, and we've got our instructions. We're going to take 1x squared, then subtract 5x's, and finally add 4. This one little line of text right here holds the entire blueprint for a shape. So we have our recipe, but how do we actually go from this blueprint to a finished product? How do we use it? Well, let's find out. And that's really the key question, isn't it? We've got this formula, but how do we get from a bunch of symbols to an actual single dot on a graph? The secret, it turns out, is in a process called evaluation. And honestly, it's way simpler than it sounds. All we do is pick any number we want for our main ingredient, x, and then we just see what the recipe spits out. Seriously, the process is super straightforward. You start with your recipe, you pick a value for x, then you just plug it in and do the math. That's literally it. Let's try it together right now. Okay, let's say we just pick the number 3 for our x. So we plug it into our recipe. Let's see. 3 squared is 9. Then we subtract 5 times 3, which is 15. Then we add 4. So a little bit of quick math. 9 minus 15 is -6, and plus 4 gives us -2. Boom. And just like that, there we have it. We put in an x value of 3, and our recipe gave us an output of -2. What that gives us is a coordinate, 3, -2. We've just used our recipe to create one perfect little point that sits on our curve. And if we just kept doing this for a whole bunch of different x values, we would literally draw the entire shape. But just plotting points is only part of the story. The real power of polynomials comes from finding very specific, very important points, the solutions that help us solve real problems. So for a second, just imagine that our polynomial recipe isn't some random curve. Imagine it actually describes the height of a ball that's been thrown through the air. What's the most important question you could ask? Probably, when does it land, right? When does it hit the ground? So in math terms, hitting the ground is just a fancy way of saying the height is 0. And in the language of our recipe, that means we need to find that special input, that one x value, that makes the whole thing equal 0. And that special value, that magic number, it's got a name. It's called a root. And let me tell you, finding the roots of a polynomial is one of the most important things we do in math. It's how we find the answers, the solutions to tons of real-world problems. So let's go back to our friendly polynomial here. The challenge is different now. We're not just plugging in any old x. Now we're on the hunt for the specific x values that'll make the whole thing 0. And just so you know, while we're just going to test a couple of numbers here, mathematicians have all sorts of really clever ways to find these without just guessing. Let's test a value. What if we try plugging in, the number 1? Okay, let's check the math. 1 squared is 1, minus 5 times 1 is -5, plus 4, and that equals exactly 0. Hey, we found one. When x equals 1, our curve crosses that 0 line. That's a solution. But I wonder if there's another one. What happens when we try the number 4? And would you look at that, 4 squared is 16, minus 5 times 4 is 20, plus 4, that's also 0. We found a second root. So if this was our ball flying through the air, it would hit the ground at 1 second and then again at 4 seconds. Pretty cool, right? Okay, let's zoom out and put all this together. We've seen what a polynomial is, how to use it, and how to find its most important points. So now let's talk about why this simple little blueprint is so incredibly powerful. So here's the recap, the main takeaways. Polynomials are just recipes that describe curves. Evaluating one is just how we find a single point on that curve. And the roots, that's the jackpot. Those are the special inputs that make the recipe equal 0, and finding them is how we solve all sorts of real-world problems. And that, to me, is the truly amazing part. These super simple rules, just adding, subtracting, and multiplying some numbers and variables, they are the foundation for designing unbelievably complex systems. We're talking engineering, economics, physics, computer graphics. It all comes back to this. So the final question is, now that you understand the blueprint, what will you build with it?